welcome to Continental Championship Wrestling, home of the National Wrestling Alliance, featuring champions from throughout the continental United States. And now to your host, world-renowned wrestling commentator, Gordon Soley.
Thank you so very, very much, and welcome to another hour of Continental Championship Wrestling. We have an outstanding hour in store for you. First of all, we're going to be seeing the combination of Yuri and Vladimir Gordyenko. Now, they're a Russian tag team combination, a combined weight of over 700 pounds. We'll also be seeing the exotic Adrian Street in action. And the man who I consider the strongest man in the world, Doug Furnas, will be here. And we'll also be seeing Buddy Landell, the Continental Champion. Before we get underway with the matches, however, let me bring in a friend of mine who is joining us here tonight. He's going to be lending his expertise to the matches. An outstanding competitor, really a legend in his own time. A nice welcome, if you will, for Mr. Wrestling number 2. Welcome aboard, my friend.
Good to be back, Gordon, and good to see you, needless to say, and good to see all these lovely fans out here. You know, I'm going to enjoy myself commentating this with you, and I hope we can perhaps see a whole lot of excitement here.
Well, I think we're going to be doing that. In fact, the matter is, we've got the Russian team coming up right now. So let's go to our ring announcer, Scott Armstrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, this television event is one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first from Pensacola, Florida, at a combined weight of 445 pounds, Keith Hart and Jackie Reed. Now entering the ring from Russia at a combined weight 702 pounds, Yuri and Vladimir Gordyenko.
Yuri and Vladimir Gordyenko getting set to go up against Keith Hart and Jack Reed. In almost any team, wow, Vladimir is an impressive man. And I'll tell you what, any team that goes up against that Russian team is almost going to have to give away weight.
That goes for sure. Both of them are very big, very powerful looking. I'm sure they're as strong as they look, because I know the one fellow there in the red trunks there, he has quite a reputation of being a pretty good wrestler over the years. And, you know, I think you're going to see a lot of excitement here. These young boys that are going up against, I think they're going to find their hands full, both of them.
Keith Hart out there, and he's got away from that, and very nicely. Came in with a spin under takedown as Yuri brought him up, tried to get him into a full body slam, and Keith Hart slipped to a drop toe hold and floats up on the body. Keeps the ride going on Hart now as Hart tries to escape. Hart back to his feet and once again gets that spin under. Tell you what, Hart's using that speed to his own advantage.
He sure is, and I think he's going to need all the speed he can get. Let's just hope he doesn't run out of gas in the meantime.
Salient point, and referee Roy George watching carefully now. I would think that Hart and Reed are going to have to tag in and out with a great deal of regularity, because they're going to have to depend on speed, and of course that means stamina as well.
Oh, definitely, Gordon. You know, like I said, both these men are very big, very powerful men, and they're going to have to try and use their wit, let alone their speed and everything else, to try and keep out from underneath these two big men.
Yuri Gordyenko tags up now, and it's Vladimir moving in. He's in the black trunks. Big, powerful individual. Doesn't have the overall long-term experience that Yuri has, and Hart catches him in a side headlock. But look at this. Brings him up and deposits him over the top rope. Didn't throw him over, but then comes with a massive forearm across the chest. And that's the thing that Hart and Reed are going to be facing here tonight against these Russians, is just tremendous strength. Good drop kick off the top rope, but it barely phased it.
Well, from what I understand, this big fella here, he goes over 300 pounds, and anytime you're up against a 300-pounder, you got problems.
Lateral press. Hart was able to power away from that before a pinning combination, but he would be well advised now as he's caught in the front chancery and slips away from that. Full arm drag and twist into a hammerlock. Tags up with Jack Reed. Reed moves in. Reed in the black trunks. Reed, a big man by anybody's rights, and he caught Gordyenko coming in, but Gordyenko was only momentarily stunned. And now Yuri moves in, and between the two of them, they're punishing it.
Yes, they are. You know, once again, a 2-on-1, you know, that's bad news any time, let alone when you got two guys the size of these fellas.
Once again, the tag was made, but Yuri was in no hurry to get into the ring. Now Vladimir moves out. Now Yuri comes up on the top rope, down into the side of the rib cage of Keith Hart. And you can hear that one all the way across Boutwell Auditorium. Tag is made once again, and so it is the Russians that are tagging in and out. And Hart and Reed have not been tagging in and out.
No, they haven't. That's going to be their downfall because you know, we talk about speed and everything, but you've got to keep tagging in and out when you get two guys like this because you've got to try and wear these guys down, and the only way you're going to do that is by doing a lot of tagging.
And that's exactly what they're not doing at this point in time, and so Vladimir has him up in a bear hug. Big Russian bear hug, if you will. And Hart is loaded with problems. The referee calling for the bell. And so Reed really never got a chance to get into the ring. Never had a chance to get into the ring at all. Wait a minute. Reed did come in.
Not letting go. Oh, he finally did there.
Yeah, and Yuri Gordyenko got after Reed as Reed charged in there, obviously protesting the way the Russians were acting, and the Russians in a very, very unpopular victory here, now congratulating each other. And they look very pleased, but certainly the team of Hart and Reed have to be very, very distressed. Now, Gordyenko, after Hart once again hooks him, throws him through the ropes, and so the ring has been emptied. Now, where's Gordyenko going? Outside the ring once again. Catches Hart, punishes him some more. Well, these Russians are really trying to make their feeling and their presence felt here on Continental Championship Wrestling, making their first appearance. He's going for the microphone. No, I thought he was for a moment, but apparently he's not. Well, I don't know what's on his mind now, and now he's getting back into the ring. Maybe he wants to take on another pair of competitors.
Well, that could possibly be well true. I don't know, but they're showing their true colors. That's needless to say.
Well, they are two of the biggest and most powerful competitors. Terribly impressive, I must say that. And well, he's having a conversation with Scott Armstrong, the ring announcer. He's got something on his mind.
You know why we're here. All you people know why we're here. We come to see Uncle Sam. Yes, we did. You know why we're here, and you know why we're here. Because you broke my partner's leg. So I have to come with the strongest man of Russia, who's my kid brother. Look at this monster. He's not a wrestler. He's a weightlifter. He'll crush every wrestler in the CCW. He will destroy you. Yeah!
the Lavender Coliseum. There will be a 22-man, two-ring triple chance battle royal, $50,000 to the winners, plus a Continental Tag Team Championship. Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden against Jerry Stubbs and the Dirty White Boy. Continental Championship, Wendell Cooley against Buddy Landell. Adrian Street faces Tom Pritchard. The Nightmares against the Gordyenko brothers. Mr. Wrestling 2 against the Shogun. Larry Hamilton versus Rip Rogers. That's this coming Friday night, 8:30. Well, Yuri Gordyenko apparently has more to say, so let's listen to his comments at this time. Well, apparently...
I now got the microphone now. You come into the ring and we'll squash you like a grape. We will make history with you as the stepping stone to the world. And you know, and I know why we're here, because we are going to be the #1 in the world, as we are the #1 in the world. And you, fat lady, sit down.
Hear what the Nightmares have.
And you bald-headed freak over there, sit down. Because I want to talk some more.
You know, they're big and they're bad. As the old saying goes, you can be had. Well, boys, let me tell you something. We're not a couple of inexperienced wrestlers that you just got through beating up on. You did that pretty easy. Brother, we're an experienced tag team. 8 years. We've been fighting up and down these roads together. And there's nobody coming in from Russia or any other country. We fought Islanders. We fought guys from the down under, and we can sure take you. You ain't never had nothing like the Nightmares can put out, baby.
Fair enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, this television event will be one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Knoxville, Tennessee, 231 pounds, Rick Connors. And ladies and gentlemen, accompanied by Miss Linda from the Royal Forest of Dean, 222 pounds, exotic Adrian Street.
The exotic Adrian Street getting set to move out against Rick Connors. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Rick Connors, he's in the red trunk. He is a veteran of the ring wars. There's no question about that. The man's been around. He's about as clever and resourceful a wrestler as I've ever seen.
He certainly is. You know, he surprises a lot of folks because he's not one of these guys that have Mr. Bodies is beautiful. He's got he's got a wrestling body, a man that doesn't show his strength, his ability, his agility. It's all inside of him, and I think Adrian Street is going to find a few surprises from this guy.
Well, I think so. And speaking of surprises, I was delightfully surprised when I got the phone call from you saying that you were coming through town, and so I wanted to have you stop by and spend an hour with all of the wrestling fans because you're a long, long time favorite.
Well, thank you very much, Gordon. It was a real pleasure being down here, and I appreciate the offer of coming down and chatting with you and seeing the matches here. You know, I'm just kind of passing through. I have some matches coming up around the different parts of the country, and I just want to stop by here and chat with you and see just exactly what kind of a talent they got running down here right now.
Well, there's a lot of it, and right now we got some of it skipping instead of running, as the exotic Adrian Street gets set to move out against Rick Connors, and very quickly moves in behind his man, Rear chin lock and sort of keys on that arm. Brings him around. Full arm drag and twist by Street. Street then lateral drop. Hooked in with the leg and takes Connors to the canvas. And many people forget to realize that the exotic Adrian Street, for all of his fancy clothing and his valet and all of this, was the middleweight wrestling champion in Europe and is a man of vast talent.
Yes, that's very true. But once again, I have to stress on the point that I hope he doesn't underestimate this man, because he can be very devious when he feels like it.
Good series of moves, and so the exotic Adrian Street slips away once again. So Connors frustrated. And Street. Back leg drop. Faded in with his hands high. Now he moved in a little bit too close. Connors got a side headlock momentarily. Now Street drives an elbow into the midsection of Connors. And so Street, I think, is not too worried about getting his head in that headlock. He feels he has that elbow. Again, he's using that elbow very effectively.
Yeah, he certainly is. Street is always surprising, though. He's a very clever wrestler, and he knows his wrestling moves. And he's a very agile individual, needless to say.
High back bridge on a single deathlock on the leg. And then brings the pressure back to bear once again on Connors. 1 fall, 15. And it's Street. Inside step over on the leg of Connors, keeping him tied up. Connors looking rather longingly at those ropes. Good move by Connors as he turns over. And of course, that's one of the cardinal rules, is always get back to your stomach. Don't ever stay there on your back.
That's for sure. A very good counter he just made there. Came right back with the leg, came down with it. That, of course, applies pain immediately.
And Connors having a little trouble with that leg now.
Street's hanging right in there with it. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's trying to cripple the man, trying to break him down. You know, it's like a table. You take a leg out from underneath, it falls down.
Does indeed. There aren't too many three-legged tables around. And again, it's now Street. Notice the way he's concentrating on both legs, using one leg against the other as leverage. Now comes down on the quadriceps femoris muscles of Connors. Street using the back of the elbow. Then it's Street. Quick chop into the head. Now, Connors in behind his man, goes for a full Nelson, and punishes the exotic one and catches him once again in a full Nelson. Standing reverse by Street.
Good reverse. Beautiful reverse.
Excellent move. Started to look like he was going for a crucifix and ended up hooking him very nicely. And it is Street who is indeed the victor in this match. And now the exotic one, Adrian Street, once again accepting the plaudits of the crowd. We have something very special coming up right now. So I'm going to move from this position. And position over here, where I want to talk to Mr. Buddy Landell, because we have a very special presentation coming up. I wonder if you'd mind explaining to everyone.
Yeah, you know, Gordon, it ain't no secret out there that I'm a black belt in karate myself. I'm a ninja. Shut up, man, will you? And let me just tell you something. You know, I just didn't bring these guys. I brought these guys over here. Well, they're a present from Jerry Stokes from Japan, okay? And I just want everybody to know that these guys know exactly what they're doing. This guy here is going to break these bricks. It's going to be like tearing a guy's head off. Now, I showed him how to do this, and he'll only do it under my command, okay? But I want Wendell, Cooley, and I want them all to take heed, baby, take warning, because this is exactly what's going to happen to all of them. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Gordon.
All right, well, let's take a look now. All of you... Great day in the morning.
I couldn't have done it no better myself. I want all you punks out there that get up every morning and want to be a professional wrestler. that wants to be like the nature boy Buddy Landell. I want y'all to realize what's going on right here. Because to get to me, baby, you got to go through him. And I don't think half of them can do it, Daddy.
Well, I'll tell you what. Just wanted to take a look at this.
See, Gordon, I was going to come out here and I was going to do it myself, see?
Uh-huh.
But I got a little bit of a headache right now. And shut up, man. Will you give me a break, all right? Like I said, I was going to come out here and do it myself because I taught him everything he knows, see? But I got a little bit of a touch of a headache right now, Gordon. You understand what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Okay, so anyway, you know, I got to go out here and do some things out here a little while ago. And I'm going to need all the concentration and all the energy and strength that I can get, like I said. I'm a black belt in karate myself. And if any of y'all don't believe me, just come on up here and try me.
No, we're not going to have any of that now. But so the Shoguns are here in a most impressive demonstration. Certainly there's no question about that. And we'll be right back. Continental Championship Wrestling this coming Tuesday, 8 p.m. at the Junior College in Phil Campbell, Alabama. And then in Amory, Mississippi, on Thursday, April 9th, 8 p.m. at the National Guard Armory. Gordo, Alabama, Tuesday, April 14th at the High School Gymnasium. And Louisville, Mississippi on Monday, April 13th. And that'll be at the High School Gymnasium. And 7 great matches in all coming up Columbus, Mississippi, Friday, 8:30 at Lavender Coliseum. A 22-man, 2-ring, triple chance battle royal. $50,000 to the winner, plus Continental Tag titles. Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden against Jerry Stubbs and the Dirty White Boy.
Well, you know, that Battle Royal makes it a night in Columbus, a night of nights for us. But I'm going to tell you one thing, championship match has been few and far between for us. We've had to take care of a tough team, get rid of the headhunters. We run them out of that area, and now we deserve this match. We plan to make it count, right, Jim?
That's exactly right. You know, we've got a good record there in Columbus, Mississippi. We aim to keep it that way. We aim to take these belts right there in Columbus and then step into that 2-ring battle royal and come out of there rich.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of money. It's $50,000 to the winning team. 2-ring, triple chance. There are other people that have their eyes on that money. Let's listen to their comments right now.
You know, first of all, Friday night in Columbus, Mississippi, we're going to settle something between Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden because we were standing back there minding our own business last time we were in Columbus, and they come stuck their nose trying to shove us around.
Don't belong,
well, you can't shove us around, Robert. Jimmy, let me tell you something. Hey, it's a title match, boys. We put it up on purpose because we want to show you that you can't beat the champions. And as far as the 2-ring triple chance battle royal.
Baby, hey, 2-ring triple chance battle royal, you're looking at the 2 men that's going to walk out with $50,000, baby.
I'll tell you what, don't forget Louisville, Mississippi, on Hawaii High School Gymnasium on Monday, April 13th. And, of course, Friday, 8:30, Lavender Coliseum, Columbus.
Ladies and gentlemen, this television event is one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, parts unknown, weight unknown, the Terminal Man. And ladies and gentlemen, making his way to ringside, from Knoxville, Tennessee, 261 pounds, Doug Furnas.
The very popular Doug Furnas, the gentleman who holds a host of records. This man is unbelievably strong. Really got his start in professional wrestling quite accidentally when a friend of his, wow, look at this Furnas. Duck under, go behind, high waist lift takedown on the Terminal Man, and catches the Terminal Man once again. And he... Man, Furnas has boundless energy. And take a look at those oak trees for legs. Well, the Terminal Man has got his problems as he has left the ring. He is completely befuddled by the quick actions of this fellow. Furnas at about 251 pounds. Bear in mind, for his weight, this man moves like a 130-pounder. Remarkable speed. And talk about strength, you just saw it. Doug Furnas, former All-American. Look at this. Pressing him above his head and then dumping him like a sack of garbage. That was a real impressive demonstration by the Shogun. Those building blocks were approximately 2 inches. He shattered them like a crate of eggs. All right, Doug Furnas backing away, giving the terminal man a chance to move out. The terminal man is taller than Furnas and could easily be heavier. One thing for sure, he knows he's giving away strength and power. Furnas leapfrogs up and over his man. Good drop kick, took the terminal man off his feet. It's a terminal man ripping across the eyes and suddenly getting in a series of forearms across the back. And it is Furnas firing back, a hard right hand. And Furnas catches him again, back of the elbow. This guy's got to have about 23, 24-inch biceps and triceps. Oh, power slam. Now, terminal man slipped away before the count of 3. Furnas. Got him in a high backdrop. Terminal man might rapidly be becoming terminal. Another fine, well-executed body slam. He catches him. He caught him full bore. He caught him full bore, I might add. And so the terminal man goes down for the count. Let's get the official word from our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time of 3 minutes, 22 seconds, your winner, Doug Furnas.
And Doug Furnas doesn't appear to be finished yet with the terminal man. Doug Furnas going after the mask of the terminal man. Let's keep our cameras on that. Maybe we're going to find out who this fella is. Because Furnas got him stunned just well enough that put the ref. He unmasked him. And frankly, I don't recognize him. I do not recognize him. But before the program is over, I'll try and get his name for you. So the terminal man has been unmasked by Doug Furnas, who I understand has a real strong feeling about wrestlers who wear masks. So any of you out there who think you're going to go up against this man, if you wear a mask, I suggest that you take what just happened into serious consideration. You know, just recently at the theater, the Alabama Theater in Birmingham, and we had quite an evening. It was called Shake, Wrestle, and Roll. It was, of course, the Straight Talk Band and a host of our top wrestling competitors all performing one evening. And would you believe a lot of these fellows are excellent vocalists. They have some fine voices. We're going to hear some highlights right now from Larry Hamilton as he performs in Shake, Wrestle, and Roll. Let's take a listen, shall we?
I don't need no money, no fortune or fame. I got all the riches, baby, one muscle man.
Hey, we'd like to remind you right now, Championship Wrestling is coming to Phil Campbell, Alabama. That'll be at the Junior College on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Amory, Mississippi on Thursday, April 9th, 8 p.m. National Guard Armory. Gordo, Alabama. That'll be on Tuesday, April 14th, High School Gymnasium. And on the 13th, on Monday, we'll be in Louisville, Mississippi at the Non-Hyatt High School Gymnasium. And, of course, in Columbus, Mississippi this coming Friday night. What a great night of wrestling. Ringside tickets are currently on sale in advance at Shirley's Minute Mark. there will be a 22-man, two-ring triple chance battle royal, $50,000 to the winners, and the exotic Adrian Street faces Tom Pritchard.
Well, the say exchange is no robbery, Gordon, and while Larry Hamilton is sorting out my old adversary, Fleabag Rogers, I shall be taking on Tom Pritchard. There's a lot of dues to be set straight as far as that's concerned.
Fair enough, I can understand that. The hustler, Rip Rogers.
Yeah, Gordon Foley, I'm very familiar with Hustler Rip Rogers, and I'll be looking forward to seeing him. But the main thing is that big-time wrestling coming there, you know, in the big-time battle royal. That $50,000, that's what interests me, and I'm looking very forward. And I'm proud to be a part of that, getting some of that money, because you never know, things can happen. Nobody can predict what's going to happen that night, and 50 grand, a lot could happen.
It could indeed. Let's listen to these comments, shall we?
I got something for Wendell Cooley, and then I got something for the girls after that in Columbus, Mississippi. But Tom, dare me to make him break that.
I dare you.
Dare me.
No. I dare you. Dare. See the monkey. Hey, wrestling too, baby. Yeah, you're a legend, Daddy. But I got something for you if you know what I'm talking about, brother. Tom, talk to all the girls out there, baby.
Not too bad at all. If I need to borrow this guy sometime, I sure would like to come over and make some, a little man out of my bed or something like that for my girlfriend. Yeah, no problem, Adrian. I'm putting you back on the Disney Channel in Columbus, Mississippi. Come on down.
Hey.
And a good friend of yours, Wrestling 2, returns to action.
I'm looking very forward to seeing him taking care of Shogun, because this man's been around and he knows how to do it, Gordon. I'm looking forward to it.
Going to happen Friday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this television event is one fall with television time remaining. It is for the Continental Heavyweight title. Now making his way to ringside, the Continental Heavyweight Champion from Knoxville, Tennessee, 237 pounds, beautiful Buddy Landell.
If heaven ain't a lot like Dixie, I guess as soon stay home.
And ladies and gentlemen, from Milton, Florida, 227 pounds, Wildcat Wendell Cooley.
The challenger, Wildcat Wendell Cooley, moves into the ring, going up against the Continental Heavyweight Champion, beautiful Buddy Landell. Landell wearing that belt and getting set to remove it now. He's in the black trunks, as is Wildcat Wendell Cooley. Cooley, of course, held the Alabama Heavyweight Wrestling Championship, is an outstanding competitor. Should be quite a match between these two. They are about the same age, about the same size, and about the same weight. I would give Cooley the edge in muscular definition and conformation, but I would have to give the devious edge, if you will, the clever edge to Landell. He is the one who's capable of thinking in duplistic thoughts.
Yeah, Landell is a very clever individual, and he pretty well keeps his thoughts ahead of himself, and mainly even ahead of his opponents, and that's what gives him, perhaps you might say, the little edge on his opponents. But then again, he has an opponent here tonight that is a very tough individual in his own right.
No question about that. Now, you saw that bit of psychological warfare. Landell, an open slap across the face, trying to get Cooley's temper off edge, and if he can get Cooley to lose his temper, that's when you make mistakes. When you lose your temper, you make mistakes, and that can cost you a match.
Boy, that's for sure. No one knows that any better than I. I learned a long time ago that you've got to keep your wits about you, no matter what your opponent does to you, and you always usually come out much, much further ahead.
Hard right hand that decked Buddy Landell. Cooley showed that he was just as clever and just as devious as Landell, as he caught him with a right hook, actually, put Landell to the canvas, had him out, I do believe, for a second or two. Landell, however, able to get away from it before the count, and it's Landell getting set to move back in. He's going to think twice, however, I think now, rather than go to a Pier 6 with Cooley. Cooley with the yellow boots. And it's Landell, a chop into the throat. Cooley reverses the Irish whip. Cooley catches him. Good high hip toss. Cooley now, beautiful drop kick.
Beautiful move. And like I said, he's keeping his cool, and it's paying off.
Landell with the blonde hair. Cooley in the black trunks with the yellow boots. Gets back against the ropes, and Landell complaining to the referee. Referee Roy George checking with Cooley, admonishing him, don't use pulling the hair to get any extra leverage.
Why is that, Gordon? That the wrestlers, whenever they find themselves in a spot and being overcome, they always resort. He pulled my hair.
Well, Landell right now knows that he has one ally and one ally only in this match. I can't believe anybody here in Boutwell is behind Landell. And so the only ally he has is time. And right now it's obvious Landell is trying to use up all of the time that he can.
That's very obvious. Yeah, Landell got not only outmaneuvered but out-clevered. When he thought he had this man under control, that was his big mistake. You know, you just don't underestimate nobody at any given time. You've got to stay on top of him, and this boy here is keeping his cool. He's keeping his wits about him, and Landell is going to find that he's going to have his hands full.
They lock up collar and elbow once again. This time it's Landell getting the initial advantage, but it's Cooley reversing the situation. Takes Landell to the canvas with a hammerlock. Landell on the canvas. Landell trying to get that elbow back there. Now it's Cooley driving a knee into the forearm of beautiful Buddy Landell. I'm kind of reminded a mutual friend of ours, in fact, a long time friend of yours, who used to box, and not a very large man, a very, very deceptive individual in Honolulu, Hawaii, Freddie Silva, who a lot of times was 3 steps ahead of anybody he boxed with.
Oh, that's for sure. Freddie Silva was perhaps one of the most confident man and cool-headed person I've ever seen in my life. You know, Freddie is, needless to say, by the way, he's getting along real well. I seen him not too long ago, and he's still out there training like a madman.
He always stays in great shape, and that's the thing about Cooley. Cooley is in fantastic condition here. Stamina, because this match is... drop toe hold by Landell. Tried to float up on the body and get the side headlock, but Cooley slipped away from it and got the hammerlock. Good move by Cooley, because he was taken off guard when Landell came in there with that drop toe hold and took Cooley off his feet. Things looked a little bad. That's the thing about Landell, though. He'll strike like a cobra.
That's for sure. And I think, needless to say, Cooley is doing a marvelous job in reversing and countering Landell's move.
Interesting piece of strategy here. Now it's Landell outside the ring, punishing Cooley, using those knee lifts very effectively. Landell, a total and complete opportunist, jams Cooley's head into those steel ring posts. Jams him into the ring post again. Cooley coming up, but he has been hurt and he has been slowed. How badly he's been hurt, I just don't know. Cooley caught in the midsection by Landell as he put the point of the boot right into the abdominal wall. Cooley double over, trying to draw in some of that valuable air. Landell brings him back in. He might feel that he has him softened up enough. Watch Landell now. Let's just see exactly what happens here as Landell explodes with the right hand to the side of the head of Wildcat Wendell Cooley, and Cooley is definitely in trouble here.
Yeah, he's no doubt about that. He's kind of got things under control right at the moment, and he is going all out to keep it that way.
Cooley has definitely been lacerated in the head. Fires back a hard right hand, but Landell fires back too. Backdrop on Cooley by beautiful Buddy Landell. And now Landell. Oh, brother. You talk about showing disdain for an opponent. A little bit too confident, I think.
I do too. Cooley's going to regain his composure here in just a little bit. I got a feeling he's trying to get himself together, trying to get his mind straightened out to where he can think straight and make the right move at the right moment.
Single snap mare by Buddy Landell now, and he gets a rear chin lock, and there we have the first opportunity to really see how badly Cooley has been lacerated. That forehead, prefrontal lobe, has taken a bad jar when it was jammed into those steel ring posts on more than one occasion. Landell maintaining the pressure. He'll be trying to cut off that oxygen supply if he can, but Cooley's brought those arms down to where at least he's able to breathe.
Well, you see what Landell is actually doing. He's bearing that weight down on Cooley and trying to make him use all of his powers and strength. But Cooley's got a lot on going for him. He's a very durable young man. Oh, I thought he had that.
Cross body block blocked by Landell, and Buddy Landell caught him in a backbreaker, and Cooley in a world of hurt now. There's no question about it. Landell lateral press. Cooley powers out before the count. Once again, it was only a 2 count. Again, Landell, rear chin lock on Wildcat Wendell Cooley. Mounting more pressure all the time. And again, as I said earlier, it boils down to the situation, too, that time is the only ally that Landell has, because if the time limit runs out, then Landell retains that title.
Yes, that's exactly right. I think at this particular moment, Landell feels that he may not be able to defeat him. You know, that's why he's trying to cut his oxygen off. He's trying to wear him down by putting the pressure on it. But my boy is firing back now. I think he might have got a little bit of that wind back. Landell still pursuing and throwing everything he's got at him.
Oh! Cooley caught him coming in. He planted that big Texas boot right to the side of the head of beautiful Buddy Landell, then hurdles him through the ropes. Landell outside the ring. And Wildcat Wendell Cooley is going right out after him.
Yeah. Particular moment, Cooley has got himself, he got his composure, he's back together again, and I think it's payback time. Serious.
Great second effort on the part of Wildcat Wendell Cooley. Landell has problems, and I do believe that Cooley has lacerated him, and Cooley caught him a mule kick right at the belt line, smashed him into that steel ring post once again, and Landell trying to get back into the ring. Lateral press. And now Cooley just punishing the man, not even worrying about a count at this point in time. Landell, his face rapidly becoming a crimson mask, fought again by Wildcat Wendell Cooley, and Cooley definitely, Landell, foot over the ropes. So Landell has not lost his senses at all. He may be weary, and he may be hurt, but that mind, Landell just decked the referee and then moves in on Wildcat Wendell Cooley. Cooley fires back. And they've ordered the bell to be rung. And now Cooley hurdles the referee out of the ring. And this has gone past the match for a title. We've got a Pier Sixer going now.
Cooley wants to get it on and get it done once and for all. And you guys, you look and see, Cooley's fighting with everything he has. He wants to put Landell down. And I think if he can just keep his composure and keep fighting the way he has, he's got a lot of guts and a lot of determination. And I think at this particular point, Landell feels like he's in trouble.
Landell is in a world of hurt now, and Cooley pounding away on the head. Landell. A weary man. Wait a minute. People coming in from behind, grabbing Wildcat Wendell Cooley. He threw that one aside. And you've got more wrestlers as that bell has been rung repeatedly.
How many guys you got in there?
Looks like 5 of them right now. And the referee still trying to get order restored. This match is officially over. And Landell in trouble. Cooley skulking him. And it appears right now that Cooley may have things. Landell lashes out.
He's still fighting. He's going. He's got... What's this?
Well, the Shogun jumped in there.
Wait a minute now. You know, Gordon, I don't like to interfere with people's match. No. You got 3 on 1. You got 4 on 1. Gordon, I can't handle no more of this. I got to go.
Oh, wait a minute. Wrestling 2 just left. Wrestling 2 just left the podium. He just left the podium, and we have pandemonium breaking loose in the ring. Wrestling 2 in his street clothes, and he's blocking the Shogun very nicely. That was a good old American right hand. And it's Wrestling 2 catching him with that famous $1 million knee lift. Wildcat Wendell, Cooley, and Buddy Landell outside the ring, battling away. But Wrestling 2 has cleared the ring. Landell caught from behind, and Wildcat Wendell Cooley still after it. Landell still fighting back. You got to give this man credit. He is double tough, but he had a lot of things going his way. Cooley caught with a chair. Now Cooley battling for that steel chair. And it is Wildcat Wendell Cooley leaving the ring area. And, correction, Landell leaving the ring area. Cooley after him. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll be back. We'll be back in just a moment. Continental Championship Wrestling, Columbus, Mississippi, Friday night, 8:30, Lavender Coliseum. There will be a 22-man, 2-ring triple chance battle royal, $50,000 to the winners, plus a Continental Tag Team Championship. Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden against Jerry Stubbs and the Dirty White Boy. Continental Championship, Wendell Cooley against Buddy Landell. Adrian Street faces Tom Pritchard. The Nightmares against the Gordyenko brothers. Mr. Wrestling 2 against the Shogun. Larry Hamilton versus Rip Rogers. That's this coming Friday night, 8:30. Well, what started out as a title match ended up as a barroom brawl. Let's hear the comments now from the challenger, Wildcat Wendell Cooley.
Landell, this is a man's world, son, and you're nothing but a little boy trying to make it in a man's world. If you can't handle the heat, baby, get your butt out of the kitchen. Because I'll tell you what, the next time we meet, it ain't going to be this pretty, baby, if you know what I'm talking about. And bring that thing right there with you, because I'm going to stick that sword up his butt and make a popsicle out of him.
Thank you, Mr. Solar. Let me tell you something, Wendell Cooley. This all started out because I took your old lady away from you, baby. And you can't go to bed at night knowing your ego's been crushed because the Nature Boy's just a little bit better man than you are, baby. And that's okay. It's understandable, baby, because there's been a million men in your shoes right now, baby. But the bottom line is, Daddy, the Nature Boy Buddy Landell is the Continental Heavyweight Champion, Daddy. The big daddy of them all. And let me tell you something, Cooley. Anytime you want it, anywhere, baby, I'm the man you got to beat, Daddy. I don't have to come after you. You got to come after me, baby. And you're bleeding from head to...
About Landell, if you got any guts, son, get your tail back out there in the ring and let's finish you right now. And bring him if you want to bring him.
Well, I'm terribly sorry. Our time is completely gone, and gentlemen, we can't have any problems up here. Well, we'll be back. Well, this hour of Continental Championship Wrestling is virtually gone. I'm sorry that you suddenly found yourself involved in a situation, but I can understand your sense of fair play.
Gordon, I never could stand, like 3 or 5 on 1. I don't like it, never have liked it, and I couldn't hold my composure any longer. I was passing through here, right? And I had no intentions of getting involved because I don't like to get involved with something that doesn't really concern me. But when I see some thing like this, I couldn't help myself. I went in there, but I want to tell you and I want to tell a whole lot of other people out here that I was just passing through. Well, I'm not going to pass through. I'm going to make a stay here because I can see right now that there is some unfinished business that has to be taken care of. The ninja thinks he is tough. He thinks he has a lot going for him. Man, I was grown up with the martial arts. And there's no one that knows much more than I do about comes down to the martial arts. So I'm going to get my crack at the ninja one way or the other. I can assure you. I'm here, and I'm going to be here permanently. I'm going to be a fixture around here.
All right, next week, by the way, we're going to be seeing the Shogun. We'll be seeing a Continental Tag match and a host of other great matches here on Continental Championship Wrestling. Welcome, Mr. Two, aboard. Till next week, so long.